this is a tutorial on how to set up a NextJS app with shadcn and NextAuth with Google authentication. This is part 1, and we will build on top of it. So first, to create Next app, this will generate the NextJS latest version, and use a terminal like iterm2. So yarn create next app tutorial, and then you give it a name. I'll give it a tutorial 1, and set of questions. Would you like to use TypeScript? Yes. ESLint? Yes. Tailwind? Yes. Source? No. App router? Yes. Customize the default import alias? No. Leave it default /at. And the idea here is using Next.js, which is the leading web application framework. It is a static site loader with React. So it does some server-side rendering components, React components on the server and on the client side. And GitHub, let's go find Next.js. Okay, GitHub Next.js. It's made by Vercel. I think it started in 2014, 2015, and it's just been on a rapid curve upwards. Looks like it's JavaScript and some TypeScript, and it is very, very good, very well respected. Guillermo Ranch is one of the creators, and they are also made by Vercel, which is great for hosting. So created this, and to cd tutorial and yarn dev to start, and then okay, I actually have yarn dev, and then open up the cursor. This is a Visual Studio Code based editor, and open a folder, dev tutorials. All right, this is a editor with ChatGPT built in. Now, how to install shadcn, which is a component library. Copy this code using yarn. Oh shit, no. No, I don't want to create a new project. I want to init using this will initiate what style? Just pick New York, slate. Yes, let's use CSS variables. Import the font and the root layout. So this is the root layout. So, and then we'll be adding the components like this, and that's the app structure. So we'll add the font, enter as the default font in the root layout. So here, app, here. Slight modification on what was there before, and adding this to the body, the class names. Enter class name. This is removed, and cn also have to import from utils if you don't have cn. Okay, we have to add cn. Okay, now we can add like a button here, add yarn. And so this is going to be installing it into our code base. And so here lib, so we have this. I don't need that. This is an absolute path. And cn is added here. Components button UI. And so now we can import this button like in the documentation. So let's go to the home page, import the button, and I'll just delete all of this. Default code, div. So I pressed tab there. I just this is using I believe it's called Emmet. H1 tab, hello world, and then button. And this should now render the shadcn component. And yes, we have to yarn dev. And now it's running. Refresh this. So we have the button here that comes with some options and variations. Like there's a destructive, secondary, there's a default, primary, ghost, link, one with icon. All right, so that was it. This generated this project with shadcn imported all of these libraries. So the NextJS came with the Tailwind. So this is all out of the box. There's a configuration for the theme and a plugin, Tailwind Animate. All right, so we can delete the default README. And post CSS, package JSON, tutorial 1, Next.js config, components. This is the shadcn configuration, style, CSS, configuration. These are kind of options that you can configure, and so these are the defaults for cell, content, utils. And yeah, this is when you install new shadcn components, this is where they will be added. And you have the app, the global, which is importing the Tailwind, some root styles, and you have your layout. So the layout is a keyword and page is a keyword that are special components here in the app. And this is of course, the root page, the home page. And the page is here. So the layout, the page renders inside of the children here. So this has the HTML and the body tags. And this is rendered on the server. And this is also on the server unless you add like the use client directive. So like I can add a new component here. And I can say use client, import use state from React, const, we'll call it a inner client component, return div, this creates the Tailwind classes. And and you can import the button. And we can use state. Previous. And so that will be the button, and we can add the display. So this is adding the classes for Tailwind, text, font size, bold and margin, and the counter displayed here. And then here in the page, we can display the client component. And we have to make sure to export it here. All right. And we can remove this button, and in here, just make this, wrap this in a div, and center everything. And so this centers it in the flexbox, and you can increment here like this. So we have the hello world component, the client component. This is so this is using the server side rendered, and this is the client side rendered. And we can increment like so. So we'll stop here for now, and next time there'll be the next version. Peace.